Hey guys, well, it's a beautiful day today. I'm sitting out here on my deck, just getting some fresh air. It just finished raining a little while ago. It's a beautiful day out here, the trees, the fresh air feels good. Happy to be here, happy to breathe this fresh air, happy to be alive. Well, today is the 28th year of Paulie Gulino's death anniversary. On this day today, Tommy Reynolds and Joey Calco drove to Paulie Gulino's house while his mom and dad was at a christening. Paulie G opened up the door to two people that he thought was his friends. They asked him for something to drink, and Paulie G goes to the refrigerator, opens up the door, and Joey Calco puts a couple bullets in the back of Paulie Gulino's head. Something Joey Calco would be really good at, because that's how Joey Calco was. Always do it behind your back, not in front of your back. Not in front of your face, I meant. So, in the course of time, how I got to know Paulie Gulino was when I was a young kid, my football team from Bay 16th and Bath would play Paulie G's football team from Bay 23rd and Bath. Paulie G was from Bay 23rd originally. I'm originally from Bay 16th Street and Bath Avenue. And our football league, we would go to 200 Park and we would see each other on the football field, and that's how we interacted with each other. My altercation with Paulie G was when he tackled little Georgie Adamo on a football game one time. Then I tackled Paulie G, and then we all started rolling around, fist fighting, kicking, and gorging eyes and biting anything we can. And that was our fist fight with Paulie G, me and Georgie Adamo. And then after that, we became very good friends. At this time, John Polio was hanging out with Paulie G here and there, and Polio was from Bay 17th and Bath, so he was friendly with us, but every so often, Polio would always roam to Bay 23rd and spend some time with Paulie G, and if we seen each other, we would always say hello. Now, in 1988, I'm gonna fast forward, April 4th, Paulie G and John Polio was very good friends. This is the day John Polio gets murdered, and that's when me and Paulie Gulino become very close and good friends. Now, when John Polio was murdered, Paulie G got a memory piece tattoo on his leg in memory of John Polio. A couple years later, little Georgie Adamo was murdered, and I got a memory piece of little Georgie Adamo. Now, when Paulie was murdered, me and Paulie G hit it off and became very tight. This is when we got a bunch of tattoos. The first ones to get the tattoos was Paulie G, me, and Tommy Reynolds. Paulie G was number 1, I was number 2, and Tommy Reynolds was number 3. We are the first 3 guys to make the pact of getting these tattoos. So when Tommy Reynolds and Joey Calco decided to kill Paulie Gulino on July 25th, 1993, that pact that I made with Tommy Reynolds was no longer existed. That was dead in the water. They destroyed the pact that we made. They did it, not me. Now, at this time, I'm sitting in MCC, New York City. I'm locked up for a bank robbery. I call my house, my mother tells me, Jimmy, they killed Paulie G. I was sad. Paulie G was my dear friend, and there's nothing I could do. I know what's going on. I gave Tommy Reynolds a phone call after I spoke to my mother. And on the phone, I said, was it you? Are you the one who pulled the trigger? And Tommy Reynolds was crying over the phone, which he denied, no, it wasn't him. And he's right, it was Joey Calco, but he was there with him. I knew something was up. Till this day, I don't know the real truth behind it. I do know he pushed Joe Benanti, Anthony Spero, a made guy. That's 100% on the money, that's for sure. At this time, Paulie Gulino was also a target because he had a nice drug business going on. Before I went away, me and Fabrizio and Reynolds, we used to shake down drug dealers. At nighttime, I would beep drug dealers. They would come and meet us. We would take their beeper, we would take their money, and we would take their drugs. And then, if they weren't with anybody, they would have to pay Paulie Gulino weekly payment, and now they would be answering to Paulie G. Every week, they would come with that drug money to Paulie Gulino, and Paulie G would split it between all of us. Now, did he split it fairly? I'm not sure. I don't think so. There was money involved in this. He was getting maybe $10,000 a week. So when I went away, I know a lot of light bulbs went off, and they said, Paulie G's getting this money. They said, you know, why don't we kill this kid and we could get this $10,000 a month instead of him. Now, Paulie Gulino was a loyal friend. That's 100%. Tommy Reynolds had problems in the street with Georgie Conti and the DeChicos. Joey Calco had problems with the DeChicos. And Paulie Gulino always came to their aid and helped them out. Paulie G would run to Spero. Paulie G would run to Tommy Karate. And Tommy Karate would talk for Joey Calco and Tommy Reynolds and myself when we did the first hit on Michael Hamster. And he's the one who got me back in the neighborhood. When this happened with me, with Michael Hamster first time, when Joey Calco and I shot Mikey Hamster, I went away to Manhattan to my father's house, and Joey Calco went to Italy. A year later, Paulie G tells me Tommy Karate's gonna help us, and he goes and talks to the Chicos, and he tells the Chicos that the kid Jimmy Calandra had been here all his life on this avenue, born and raised on Bay 22nd Street and Bath, and he ain't going nowhere, he's staying here. So Tommy Karate sat down for me. They respected Tommy Karate, and at that time, I was now on record with the Bonanno crime family. At this time, when this is going on, Anthony Spero's sister was living on Bay 14th and Bath Avenue. She ends up passing away. She has a wake at Scapaci Funeral Home. When she passes away, we have to go pay our respects to Anthony Spero. Me, Paulie G, and Fabrizio, we all go together to Anthony Spero's sister's wake. We walk in. Who's there? Little Robbie Lino, Dirty Danny, Anthony Basili, and Frankie Lino. We walk up to them, we shake their hand, we kiss everybody hello. Big Frank Porker was there. It was a Gangsters hangout, I guess, at that funeral. And we said hello to a lot of guys, a lot of captains, a lot of wise guys. We walked in. I remember me and Paulie G, we both had leather jackets on. We were like two little hoodlums. And I kissed Robert Lino hello on the face. I bumped his face a little too hard. And I said, whoa, he said, what are you trying to do, knock me out? And he made a joke out of it. And I was talking to Frankie Lino that night and had a couple of laughs with him, because Frankie Lino was always a character. But at this time, this is when Paulie Gulino started making his bones. Now, his first murder was the murder with OJ, when Chestnut had the beef with OJ, that was Paulie G's first murder. Paulie G made a name for himself. He had a nice reputation on Bath Avenue. He was very feared. Wise guys were very scared of him. He had a problem one time with a guy by the name of Ronnie Bear. Ronnie Bear thought he was a tough guy. Ronnie Bear was sitting in his car on 24th Avenue and Bath Avenue, listening to music, when one day Paulie G comes walking over to Ronnie Bear and empties about 8 bullets into Ronnie Bear's chest and stomach. And the kid Ronnie Bear lives, and he don't even tell him. I mean, after that, Paulie G respected the kid. He didn't give him up. And that's how Paulie G was. Paulie G was a ballsy kid. Now, at this time, I'm getting locked up. It's 1993. I get locked up May 10th for a bank robbery. As I get locked up, Paulie G at this time is having beef with the Bay Parkway kids. He ends up putting the kid Richard Greaves in a coma. He gives him a fucking beating of a lifetime. Okay? And Paulie G wants recognition. Paulie G wants this kid dead, and he wants to retaliate for Chestnut's murder. And he keeps on telling Spero and Joe Benanti, and Joe Benanti and Spero continues to tell them to stop it with the nonsense. No more. This has to end. Paulie G don't want to listen to Spero. In the heat of a moment, Paulie G pushes Spero, and this is when Paulie G signed his death certificate. Now, at this time, I can also say that Tommy Reynolds was not so likable with Paulie G. There was a girl that Tommy Reynolds was seeing. Paulie G ended up seeing her on the side. It wasn't Tommy Reynolds' girlfriend at the time, but it made Tommy Reynolds very, very upset. And this is what turned Tommy Reynolds off. So he didn't like Paulie G no more for that reason. So who's the guy they're gonna go to? They go to Joey Calco and Tommy Reynolds to take out Paulie Gulino. Paulie Gulino's sitting at home. His mom and dad are getting ready to go to a christening. They give Paulie G a call. Paulie G says, yeah, come over. They go to Paulie G's house. Paulie G thinks he's opening up the door to 2 of his friends that he grew up with and trusted his whole life and helped his whole life. He opens up the door. They come in. They ask him for a glass of water. He goes to get him a glass of water. Joey Calco pulls out a pistol, shoots Paulie G in back of the head a couple times. Paulie G is dead, gone. No more life, destroyed. Just the way Paulie G took other people out, his own friend took him out. That's how treacherous this life is. There's no loyalty in this life. It's all a bunch of bullshit. So this is a story I wanted to share with you today about my friend Paulie Gulino, where he had a big future ahead of him, but because of the neighborhood we grew up in, we wanted to become gangsters, and now Paulie Gulino is dead. And with his own hand, he took people's lives too. It's something that we were brought into. We didn't want this life. This is a life of Bath Avenue. I hope you enjoyed this story. If you enjoyed this story, pass it on. Press the subscribe button. Thank you for sharing. I love you guys. Until my next story, I'll talk to you soon. Have a great week, all of you. Love you guys. Bye.